Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the Live in 5 show. I'm Maya.
And I'm Sean.
And I'm Evan.
And I'm Luis.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and today we are celebrating the lives of those who live with autism every day.
We have one of our own Tetzlaff Trojans, Luis, and soon-to-be Trojan, Evan. Here's our guests who will be sharing their experiences with autism in their everyday lives.
Now, Luis and Evan, this is the first time you shared this publicly, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time I shared autism to a big group of people, and honestly, I shared autism to the people who are really close to me and to my teachers.
Oh. So tell us why you wanted to come on the show today.
Because we have a problem.
And
Well, you can't really consider it as a problem, but it's something that we need to consider about and help and aid. Yeah, technically.
honestly, the reason I came to the show for today is to celebrate Autism Awareness Month. Yeah.
And now today is extra special for you, Luis, because it's your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Luis.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
And now you requested to air this special episode today because it will air on your birthday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing on this very special day in your life. So how old are you today?
15?
15?
Yeah.
Dang. Wow, I'm only 12.
Very good. Let's take a moment to explain ASD, or Autism Spectrum Disorder. ASD affects about 1 in 59 children in the U.S.
Let's take a moment to look at 12 facts regarding ASD.
Autism is a neurological developmental condition, which means our brains develop differently, some parts faster and some parts slower. Autism affects every person differently. If you've met one person on the spectrum, you've met one person on the spectrum. It seems everything I do is either too much or not enough, or both. Gifts in one area may come with serious challenges in another. Autism is not a linear scale. This is one of the biggest misconceptions. We are not more or less autistic, higher or lower functioning. We are autistic in different ways and each have different support needs. The ASD levels 1, 2 and 3 refer to the level of support a person needs, not their ability to function if this support is in place. My special interests mean that I see the world differently. My sensory sensitivities mean I feel the world differently, and the way I think and process information means I connect with the world differently. From a young age, society teaches us that difference is bad, and so for survival, we learn to hide our true selves. Masking, camouflaging, passing. When we appear normal on the outside, it's not because we have ceased to be autistic, it's because we no longer allow you to see it. Having some autistic traits does not make you a little bit autistic, any more than being sad from time to time makes you a little bit clinically depressed. Equating the two invalidates my experience of trying my whole life to explain my difference to others and not being believed. Autistic people are not the same as each other. What binds us together is the shared experience of being the odd one out. We are every age, every gender, every culture, every profession. Knowing I'm autistic tells you only one thing, that I do not fit into a box, and therefore all your assumptions must be challenged. I learn and grow just like everyone else, so while autism is a lifelong condition, something I was born with and something that will always be a part of me, I'm constantly finding new and better ways to manage life and the challenges it brings. I am more and more myself each day. Autism is not a disease or a psychological issue. Therefore, you can't cure it any more than you can cure being tall or having long arms. That said, autism commonly has co-occurring conditions which may require their own treatment. The message here though is that I am not a broken neurotypical person, I am autistic. It's how my brain is wired, it's weaved through every aspect of my personality, and it makes me who I am. Some everyday tasks are difficult or even impossible for me. But there are so many things that I can do that you can't do. So why am I the one with the disability? The answer is simple, because there's more of you and only one of me. Of course I want friends, just not on your terms. Not if it means I'm not allowed to be myself and I can't do the things I like to do. I want friends who will let me be me and love me for it. Being different is not always easy. I get bullied, I get picked last, I get left out, I get asked to leave groups because I'm not a good fit. I can't be like everyone else, even if I wanted to, and it's easy to get very angry at an unfair world. But you can make a big difference. You can talk to me, interact with me, let me join in, or let me sit on the sidelines without joining in. Invite me without the pressure to say yes. Don't expect me to be normal, just let me be me and don't ask me to leave. To make the world a better place for autistic people, don't force me to fit in, include me while I'm different. I hope you've enjoyed this video and please share this message as part of Autism Acceptance Month.
How does autism affect you in your everyday life?
Sometimes people bully me and my brain tricks me of trick me.
Honestly, autism usually affects a lot of kids with autism, affect their lives a lot. Honestly, it affected me a lot since I was young and had to go through a lot of therapy to control, how I react to some things and how I show my emotions, yeah.
Does ASD affect your emotional or mental state?
It does. It's really common for kids who have mild autism, they get, crazy, they get, this joy popping up in their brains, yeah.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of an autistic child to get a glimpse into what one day can look like.
Six, 7, 8, 9.
Take my hand.
I'm not naughty. I'm autistic. And I just get too much information.
Does that look familiar?
It does. When I was young, I had a scenario like that in the video. I remember I was going insane and a bunch of group of people were looking at me if I were a monkey.
Have you ever been bullied because of your autism?
Of course. Recently, last year, I've been bullied a lot because of my autism.
And how did you handle it?
Honestly, I would try to forget it and try to move on. Of course, it's the past. You gotta always move on.
What is social life like for you with autism?
Honestly, having autism, it can give you anxiety. That's the most common thing for kids with autism. They're shy, they're hard to interact sometimes. You gotta take time to talk with kids with autism.
How can others engage autistic people to include them in everyday activities?
Honestly, to include them in everyday activities, try to treat them carefully, understand them really well, try not to bully them, of course, and try to socialize with the kid with autism very well.
Let's take a look at how Trojans view Autism Awareness Month.
Hey Trojans, it's Autism Awareness Month, and this month we acknowledge the people who have autism. Now for me, my brothers have autism, so tomorrow you never know what it's going to be like. So let's see how people around Tetzlaff feel about this one. So what does Autism Awareness Month mean to you?
It means spreading awareness about autism so that people with autism are more accepted around society and in the community.
So what does Autism Awareness Month mean to you?
So, what Autism Awareness Month means to me, I just see it as self-explanatory. You're recognizing that there is still autism in the world and how it affects people who have autism and who don't have autism. It's just a recognition of what's still here and what's not.
Autism or autism spectrum disorder refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and nonverbal communication. According to the Centers for Disease Control, autism affects an estimated 1 in 50.
Autism awareness means to me people who have a disorder that is special in some sort of way.
In a makeshift studio, the mystery behind his inspiration finds
he has great difficulty. He doesn't make eye contact. He has difficulty starting a conversation, feels awkward.
Well, that concludes Autism Awareness Month. Like I said before, tomorrow is unknown, but I really acknowledge what these kids go through, and it's really special to me of how I'm connected, and these kids are so brave and so courageous. But I'm Melvie, and I'm from the Live 5 crew.
What would you like the audience to know about autism?
Honestly, I want them to know that autism is a disorder that can never be cured, and autism can affect someone differently, and they have different types of DNA for people who have autism.
So how would you correct someone's views about what they think autism is?
Honestly, autism is not people going insane. It's not people who lost their mental state. They're not people who are crazy. They're just people who have problems in their everyday life.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us, Luis and Evan.
And happy birthday again, Luis.
Thank you for joining us on this very special edition of the Live in 5 show as Celebrate Autism Awareness Month.
Have a wonderful day.